It is the People's Show on Studios 2 View, and my name is Comrade Klorletey Obuadey. And as usual, I'm going to start with giving you some inspiration. I want to start with motivating you. I want to inspire you about listening to your heart, listening to the call of your heart. I want to talk to you about new vistas, new experiences. Are you doing the same thing you're doing every day? Have you been doing the same things you're doing every day? Are you following a certain routine? And every day you can sit down in the evening, look at what you did from morning to evening, and it's like the same thing you've been doing over and over again. Well, this morning on the People's Show, Comrade Klorletey is saying, break your routine. It's time to break that routine. It's time to try something new. New vistas. Go somewhere you've never been. Eat something you've never ordered at the restaurant. Try something new. Listen to your heart. You can't be following the crowd every day. If you're following the crowd every day, what's going to happen to you? So break that routine. Follow your heart. Don't follow the crowd. Follow your heart. Follow the call of your heart, and you would find joy and meaning in your life. Thank you. Don't go away. We'll be right back. It's the People's Show on Studios 2 View.
Studios 2 View. The truth is here in your eyes.
Welcome back to the People's Show. And today we're going to talk about the high cost of living in Ghana. High cost of living in Ghana. Today in Ghana, everywhere you go, everybody is talking about the same thing. Only one thing. And what is that? High cost of living. High cost of living. Everything is gone up. If you want to buy the tomatoes, the vegetables, the onions, the pepper, you won't believe it. Everything is gone so much high that everybody in this country today is complaining. Today we are all complaining about the high cost of living. And the unions, the transportation unions just gave an announcement that they are going to increase their fares. Fuel prices have already gone up. Look, let me give you some example. In January 2021, a carton of geisha, the soap, geisha soap, was 98 Ghana cedis. 98 Ghana cedis. And guess what? Today, that same carton is 235 Ghana cedis. Geisha soap, this is something we use in our homes every day. So you can imagine how high the prices have skyrocketed. So high. Look, in January 2021 last year, the price of the Pepsodent, the carton of Pepsodent, the big size, cavity, it was 350 a carton, 350 Ghana cedis a carton. Today, we're in October 2022, it is 650 Ghana cedis. Think about it. The Pepsodent, the big size cavity, last year, 2021, in January, it was what? 350 Ghana cedis. Now, as I speak to you, the same carton is 650 Ghana cedis. So you understand what I mean by high cost of living? Do you get it? That we are in critical times, extraordinary times, and they will need extraordinary measures to transit, to get through, to transform this stage where we are now. It's going to take extraordinary measures for us to be able to sail through. So you and I, fasten our seatbelt, we need to fasten our seatbelt, and we need to think out of the box. Now, we have to think creatively. Creativity is a restraint. We are trying to get out of the restraints that we are in. So we need to start thinking creatively. We need to bring creativity into our thing. We need to start thinking what we can do now so that tomorrow we're not going to be in a situation that is far worse than what we're in now. Because what we're in now is a critical situation. It's extremely critical that if we don't do anything today to be able to get out of this situation of high cost of living, I can tell you, look, last year in January 2021, the key soap, 1 carton of key soap was 86 Ghana cedis. 1 carton of key soap was 86 Ghana cedis. Last year in January 2021, key soap, 1 carton of key soap was 86 Ghana cedis. Now, we're in October 2022, and that same carton of key soap that we use at home, wash our clothes, is 192 Ghana cedis. 192 Ghana cedis. You see how high? And guess what? Do you know how much the cedi is to $1? 12 Ghana cedis equals to $1 today, as I'm speaking to you. 12 Ghana cedis equals $1. Where are we going? What's happened to the fundamentals? What's happening to the fundamentals? Today, we have seen that and the people we believe are going to help us, are going to lead us to cross or to arrive at the promised land, are going to leave us in the middle of the sea. Are we going to drown? Or we're going to have a lifeboat to save us? Are we going to drown? Or we are going to have a lifeboat that will save us? It's time for us to ask ourselves these questions. Look, if you are living in your home and there is space, there is land, I can advise you, this is the time to start planting something. That operation Feed Yourself, this is the time. Do something in your home. Start planting some cabbage, some lettuce, some onions, some pepper, some tomatoes. When you cook and you want to throw away the water, the seeds, throw it there so that the tomatoes will start growing. Don't just throw the seeds, the water away. It's time to think about the future. Start planting cassava, plantain, something, carrots, vegetables. Do something so that you can take something from your home. You don't have to go and buy because things have changed. Things have skyrocketed. Prices have skyrocketed unbelievably to a point where it's so difficult. Transport fares, oh my God. Fuel. The fuel that I used to buy today, I don't even want to go there. Look, everybody is complaining today in Ghana. And we are not going to make it if we are all going to point fingers. Point fingers. A is to blame. B is to blame. C is to blame. What about you pointing the fingers? What about me sitting here talking to you? We are all to blame. It's time to stop pointing fingers. It's time to stop sitting on the fence. It's time to just say, he is to blame, she is to blame. You and I are equally to blame. High cost of living. Are we ever going to get a day in our lives, in the history of our nation, where we can say, wow, things are now okay. Food is relatively, cheap. Prices are relatively okay. Are we ever going to get there? Are we ever going to arrive at the promised land? Are we going to arrive at our destination? Are we going to accept the harsh reality that we are facing now? Because I can tell you one thing, that things are going to get far worse. And it's scary even to say that. Look at the situation we are in, and we are saying that things are going to get worse. Worse. Washing powder, the very big one, 3.5 kg washing powder. It used to be what? 95 Ghana cedis. January, this just January 2021. Washing powder to wash our clothes in our homes and the kids and stuff. Washing powder, kg, 3.5 kg, used to be 95 Ghana cedis. Today, as I speak to you, as you look at me, it is 210 Ghana cedis. Can you see the difference? Can you see where we are going? Do you see why you need to start planning? Do you see, you and I, why we need to start planting maize, plant cassava, contomere? Those things we know we will need at home. Tomatoes, cabbage, lettuce, pepper. Let's start planting at homes, our homes, so that we would be able to, walk into our farm, pick some pepper, pick some tomatoes, and take some contomere and then cut some plantain, and we can have some proper meal. All we picked from our home, from our garden. Because times are difficult. And if we are going to leave the solution, if we're going to leave our redemption only in the hands of the politician, then I'm here to tell you that we are digging our own graves. And very soon, we're going to lie in those graves. And we'll be buried. But if you and I are going to come together, if you and I are going to think together, if you and I are going to plan together for the resurgence, for the redemption of our nation, of our land, that we can be bold and say that indeed there is abundance in our land. There's abundance of food. There's abundance that each and every one of us has, and that we don't have to do crime. We don't have to start thinking all kinds of negative thoughts. We don't have to think all kinds of things that comes with severe poverty. When people go through severe poverty, that's when they come up with all kinds of ideas. So if you've noticed in recent times, fraud has increased. Crime has increased. You get a call, somebody is telling you, my money just came, somebody just sent my money into your line and I want you to return the money and blah, 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 blah. Because we're living in critical times. We're living in times where people are coming up with all the craziest of ideas to dupe each other, to fraud people, to defraud innocent people. Because they've lost hope. There's no hope in the kind of system we're practicing. The kind of system we are practicing does not give us concrete confidence. It does not empower us to believe and have hope in the future. That is why I believe it's sound for me to just share with you my little idea that, look, let's plant at home. Let's start growing stuff at home. Let's not start buying it. Let's not keep buying everything. Plant tomatoes, plant onions, plant pepper, plant garden eggs, plant contomere at home. So that when things get so difficult, because in fact things are already difficult, very difficult. In Ghana today, high cost of living, fuel prices, food prices, you go out and when you have a fault with your car, go and see the mechanics. And they'll tell you, if you want to spray your car new, go and check. Look, times are critical. We are in critical times, extraordinary times, and it's going to take extraordinary measures to get us out of this. Look, the cedi, as I'm speaking to you, cedi, 12 Ghana cedis to $1. 12 Ghana cedis to $1. Come on! Where are the economists in this country? Where are those who are studying the economy? Where are those in the financial sector? The industry? If you have solutions, come out. This is the time. Stop sitting on the fence. This is the time Ghana needs you. We need you to come out. Bring the solutions. Let's talk about the solutions. Let's debate them. Let's pick which one will work so that we can do what? Plant the seeds that will nurture, that will go a long way to build a nation of prosperity, A nation that what? We are evolving, not stagnant. Not a nation dealing with how to reduce poverty. How ridiculous. Ridiculous. Reduce poverty for what? We want to eliminate poverty. Absolutely. Eliminate poverty. And you talk about reducing poverty. No. We have come from a society. If you look at our history, we have not come from poverty. Even those who came from poverty, real poverty, I don't want to mention their names. They know themselves. Go around the world. Look at the history of the world. Those who came from poverty, even they don't talk about reducing poverty. They even want to conquer the world. They even want to rule and dominate the world. And we, who didn't come from poverty, we came from abundance. And we will have to nurture and maintain the abundance in our society. Because the high cost of living today, if you ask me, what is going to happen in the future if we are not able to turn things around, if we are not able to put the right measures in place, what is going to happen to us? What is our future? What future can we give to our children? Look, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow citizens, I've come to tell you that we are going through critical times. And we have to do what? Do certain things. Initially, when I was telling you about the inspiration, I said, we cannot be doing the same things over and over again and expect something new. We cannot follow the crowd and expect something new. We can't always be following so-called superpowers and expect something new, because nothing positive has come from following others. Nothing positive has come since we started following others. What positive have we got? Go to Accra. You see our women and children who have come from the north sleeping on the streets with their children. And you wake up in the morning and you see them, you see the kids, they've just woken up on the streets. But I know we can do better. I know the spirit of Ghana is a spirit of greatness. The spirit of Ghana is a spirit of a warrior king. A warrior king. And you, a warrior king, are you going to succumb to poverty? Are you succumbing to bad leadership from party A and party B, who have conceived to drive this country down? So long as they can steal and profit from this country, so long as they can create loot and share, are you going to succumb to that? Are you going to succumb to that? Are you going to accept this state of affairs to continue? Look, the high cost of living, we cannot tolerate this. We cannot accept this anymore. Because the parties, the two-party system we are running since 92, they've lost their credibility to take us anywhere. Nothing will change. But we want to tell a different story. We want to tell a different story. We want to research. We want to what? Uphold the dignity of our people. The collective dignity, not a few, not a tribal clique hiding somewhere trying to steal, not even working hard for it, but they want to steal. Where's your self-esteem? Any group of political people, any group of people who want to find some self-esteem from taking what doesn't belong to them, it's psychologically they have a problem. Our confidence must never come from stolen goods. Our confidence must always come from what? Hard work, conviction, belief, self-belief in who we are, what we are capable of achieving. And we can make history, transform our world, transform the global African agenda, build a great Africa home nation, and the whole world will bow to us. My fellow countrymen, the time now is in our hands. The ball is in our court. We can do something or do nothing. But to do nothing means we're going to see the same things, the recycling of our society, the same failures, failed politicians, failed statesmen who come and pretend like they are patriotic. We are going to create a cycle where we're going to have them coming over and over again until you and I wake up. Once you and I wake up, we will be able to build the great nation. Once you and I wake up, we'll be able to build that society that our ancestors dreamed about when they thought about creating a union government and an African unity. You and I will wake up and prove to ourselves, not prove to anybody, but prove to ourselves that indeed the seeds of greatness is in us. And we will make it together. We will make history. I can't wait for the next time I come your way. It's the People's Show. And remember, it's on Studio 2 View. For the truth is always here in your eyes. Thank you.
Studios 2 View. The truth is here in your eyes.